Physical security as a service is the everything as a service model being applied to the physical security industry. It embodies and maintains alignment with the megatrends that are shaping commerce in most other industries today, namely as a service delivery, lowest total cost of ownership, do it yourself, cyber and data protection, and cloud, mobile, wireless, biometric, unified, open, and smart technologies. The drivers for the transformation in the security industry are no different than those that drove other industries. They are economics, enhanced capabilities, access, convenience, and flexibility. Simply put, physical security as a service delivers security in the way we live today. Today, most security integrators install commodity hardware at ever-decreasing prices and margins. Hardware costs are driving towards zero, taking along suppliers' margins and profits. And end users suffer quick obsolescence and frequent upgrade costs. System integrators who are selling security hardware and software the traditional way are in a race to the bottom. By contrast, physical security as a service, abbreviated PSaaS, is about selling a service instead of hardware and software. Some of the services sold under PSaaS are hardware as a service, data backups, hardware redundancy, high availability, cybersecurity and data protection, access from any device, anywhere, anytime, any browser. Each of these services has a value that is largely independent of the cost of the associated hardware, and end users are willing to pay for such services. As the cost and margin of the traditional security system sale continues downward, the value of the service for which the hardware is being bought is high, and if anything, will increase over time. The PSaaS play is to sell the service and limit the purchases of hardware. This delivery method provides the end user with a lower cost of ownership and the supplier with an attractive recurring revenue business. BluBØX's opportunity is the shortage of products in the security space that support PSaaS and the supplier's limited knowledge and experience regarding the delivery of PSaaS. The BluBØX product is the first to provide a true PSaaS solution. For resellers, it is a way out of the decreasing margins of the commodity business and into high-margin recurring revenue. And for the end user, it is a way out from the accelerating need for new capital outlays to keep up with the technology. Instead of providing locally installed dedicated servers, NVRs, storage, client-station PCs, and network infrastructure, PSaaS utilizes computing and networking infrastructure located in the cloud to make security system functionality available to users via any device, anywhere, anytime. Instead of locally installed application and antivirus software, PSaaS provides software as a service in the cloud. Instead of time and materials services or on-site service calls, PSaaS provides remote diagnostics, do-it-yourself procedures, and managed services anytime, anywhere. Instead of frequent capital layouts for hardware replacement, PSaaS provides a pay-as-you-go formula that underwrites the automatic replacement of the hardware every 6 years. Instead of the periodic purchases of supplies, PSaaS offers consumables as a service and digital credentials. Instead of one-time purchases, PSaaS provides annual subscriptions. Instead of continuous degradation, PSaaS drives continuous improvement. And PSaaS turns periodic capital expenses into a known stream of operating expense. One of the biggest misconceptions about PSaaS is that it is an all-or-nothing offering. It is not. Most sales consist of any desired combination of PSaaS and traditional one-time purchases. This is a key economic and flexibility benefit of the model. BluBØX's team spent 12 years at their previous company, Touchcom, evolving a PSaaS recurring revenue model to support its direct-to-the-end user sales. BluBØX has evolved this model so PSaaS can be sold through the reseller channel or licensed by manufacturers and large corporations. It is a proven, effective, and battle-tested model that can generate $1,000 to $3,000 of recurring revenue every year from small customers, all the way up to $2 million from enterprise customers, and $10 million from global systems. The revenue stream is derived from up to 7 sources, and each source is interlocked with the others, which helps keep them all in place. The model produces annual, high-quality recurring revenue that doesn't require a contract to maintain. As a result, it yields greater than 99% customer retention. The model also more than doubles the company revenue over time. It generates an average of 40 cents of recurring revenue for every dollar of equipment installed. The margin created by the recurring revenue is 4 to 8 times the amount of margin generated by the initial sale. The model increases the overall company margin over time. The model produces a company value that is 15 to 30 times greater than the value of a company not using the model. The basis for the PSaaS sale is BluSKY, the cloud-based security management software. BluSKY includes the functionality that is in demand from the end users and which is not available for most traditional systems on the market today. It is offered as a selection of 70 discrete licenses that can be mixed and matched to meet specific security requirements. Typically, the BluSKY licenses cost about 25% of the installed equipment value. They are also the foundation for 5 other types of recurring services that are in high demand and form the full PSaaS sale. They are system support, which is mandatory in the BluBØX model and held in place by the client's commitment to BluSKY. System support costs about 13% of the installed equipment value. The hardware as a service, equipment upgrade, which is an option, whereby the client prepays for the periodic upgrading of the system hardware. The HaaS equipment upgrade plan costs about 7% of the installed equipment value. Recurring refreshment of supplies, such as cards and badges, which is supported by BluSKY's usage tracking ability. Supplies cost about 2% of the installed equipment value. The management and sale of digital credentials, such as biometrics or smartphone tokens. Digital credentials cost about 2% of the installed equipment value. Managed services, which are an option. They cover system monitoring and administration on the client's behalf. Managed services cost about 2% of the installed equipment value. There is a 6th contributor. Very simply, annual price increases for all of the above. Annual increases account for about 2% of the installed equipment value. On average, PSaaS generates 40 cents in recurring revenue for every dollar of equipment sold. The main attractors to a BluBØX PSaaS sale for end users are the features and benefits of BluSKY, not the installed hardware. BluSKY boasts 20 differentiating features compared to most other security systems. Normally 1 or 2 would be enough to provide clear benefit. Many are possible only in the context of a cloud-based solution, and therefore cannot be matched by the traditional architecture systems that are the majority of the products sold today. Basically, a proper database architecture that is hosted in the cloud is fundamental to implementing PSaaS correctly. Yet only a very few cloud solutions are available in the market today, and none have a database architecture that matches BluBØX's. PSaaS is a win-win solution for BluBØX, its resellers, and end users alike. The model is a win-win for the resellers because it gives them a differentiated product to sell that is aligned with technology and starts them on the path to generate high-margin recurring revenue and improve their business value. For the clients, because it lowers their upfront cost and their total cost of ownership. It guarantees frequent upgrades to the software and optionally to the hardware, providing less obsolescence and more innovation. It reduces the equipment that is installed on the premises, meaning that less can go wrong and fewer headaches. It enables better and faster support and thus promotes a positive, long-term relationship with the provider. And for BluBØX, because the recurring revenue model provides a high level of differentiation and amazing profitability in a market that is otherwise suffering from commoditization. These curves clearly demonstrate the positive impact of PSaaS on revenue. They show the BluBØX anticipated revenue performance through 2020 and are extended 3 more years to provide a better picture of the performance of the PSaaS model. One-time revenue, which can be thought of as new installation revenue, stabilizes at $60 million a year when resellers are no longer being added and those enrolled become fully productive. Note, however, that the recurring revenue continues to build as new installations are added year after year. That's because the PSaaS model is additive and generates, on average, 40 cents of recurring revenue every year for every dollar of installed hardware. The more installations that are completed, the more the recurring revenue grows. Thus, in the 6th year of the plan, the recurring revenue element surpasses the revenue from one-time sales. The model more than doubles later years' overall revenue performance when compared to what revenue would be if it were all generated under a traditional sale of hardware-only model. But the PSaaS impact is even greater on gross margin. PSaaS recurring revenue is high margin and increasing every year. The growing PSaaS component causes the overall gross margin percentage to trend higher over time. So no matter what happens to hardware margins, BluBØX's margin continues to grow. This is a very attractive proposition in a market which is being so strongly affected by commoditization. In summary, customers do not see value in their purchases of hardware, but they see tremendous value in the security-related services that a provider can deliver, and that is what they are willing to pay for on an ongoing basis. So the formula is clearly to reduce hardware content of the sale, increase the services offered, and deliver them on a pay-as-you-go basis. This is exactly what PSaaS is about. The cloud is clearly the proper source for it, and differentiated software such as BluSKY is the tool. We hope that this presentation of BluBØX's PSaaS model properly explained how unique it is in the marketplace, how it is dependent on a properly architected cloud-based software engine, and how it leads to vastly superior profitability and return on investment for the shareholder. This concludes our presentation of PSaaS and the recurring revenue model. Please select an additional topic in the playlist.